you're very aware of what happens to you in the moment when you step into the presence of the person and what happens to your body and how you behave and all of those things. And I'm just wondering, what do you think would happen because you're already aware of how the automatic nervous response you have? What would happen if you consciously changed what you automatically do?
Mm, I don't know. um, what do I think would happen if I automatically changed? If I changed what I automatically do, is that the question? That's the question, right? Um, I think there'd be a part of me that felt like I was really fighting against myself,
Yes, and you're correct.
and that feels a bit scary because I then am thinking, well, if my instinct's telling me to do this, maybe I should do it. Like, maybe I should do that. Maybe that's my instinct keeping me safe. And I think it's a bit of a tricky one to look at because it's like, well, what? I know my nervous system's probably in override here. It's probably going a bit wild. Needs to regulate, needs to come back down, and realize that there's actually no immediate threat. Like we are actually relatively safe right now. But it's how do you know that that is how do you make that conscious decision when you're right there?
You make it before you walk into the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you already have it planned and prepared in your own mind that this is what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it might look like. So you kind of rehearse it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But a fundamental question is, how do you want this person to see you and respond to you?
Yeah, I just think just treat me as an adult with respect. Like, yeah, I think it's just I'm an individual person. I've got my own ideas on life. Just treat me with kindness and respect. We don't have to. It doesn't have to be more than that, really.
Some of this is not an autonomous goal that you're asking for.
Mm,
It does not belong to you. What
mm,
belongs to you is your response. But I was just interested in how you want this person to respond to you and see you. And I'm hearing that you would like her to see you in a or treat respond to you in a respectful manner.
mm.
Is this, have you ever noticed that happen in with this person? Is there the ability to be there in this person to do that?
Um, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if that they have the capacity for that. To be honest, yeah, because I'm just thinking about the other relationships that I've witnessed and I've seen the dynamics play out, and I don't know if there's the capacity for that actually. So maybe that's for me to take that away and be like, this person doesn't have capacity for that. There's it's sort of like it's you sort of barking up the wrong tree. Really, it's just you can be demanding it until you're blue in the face, but if they don't have the capacity to be able to do that with anybody, it's actually got nothing to do with me at all, or my fiance say, and maybe it's a question of I need to become comfortable with accepting the fact that look, she's not going to treat me how the way I would like to be treated, but like maybe that's actually okay, and actually I can limit certain things. Like I don't have to see, I can limit, keep a distance from talking and seeing her. Keep it polite. I will still treat her with respect because I believe you should treat people the way you'd like to be treated, even if they don't do it back to an extent. To an extent, but I think on this scenario, I think maybe that's a good option to just sort of maybe accept the fact that she's not gonna. It's an acceptance bit. It's not gonna happen.
How do you feel when you hear yourself say, I accept the fact that it might not? be in this person's capacity to be able to give me what I require or need?
I think it's for me. It just makes me. It brings up other wounds from my own mother,
Yeah.
um, and so that's quite hard because there's a lot there that I'm still working through. And I've, in many ways, I've come to accept lots of levels, but there's lots and lots of levels to be accepting on in that area. So it's quite hard to think somebody else who is arguably the next closest person to me who you could say is a mother, that's not going to happen there too. And so that's kind of like, I guess it's just that letting go of that hope again. Like it's just, it's not that, maybe it's just not on the cards for me at all to have that kind of maternal figure in my life from how I would originally ideally like it. Like maybe that's not on the cards for me, and it's just something that's if that's still coming up, that's clearly maybe to me now saying I haven't actually accepted that yet, and I need to do a bit more work on looking at that and accepting it and being okay at it with it.
I hear
But I
what
don't know if you can never really be okay with something like that. Like I feel like you can work. You can. I've had so much therapy. I've done the smart stuff. I've done lots of coaching sessions with yourself, and I'm at a point where I'm wondering like I don't know if you. There's some things that I just don't think you can ever actually truly be okay with. Like you think about them and they will always be painful and they will always be sad, and perhaps you get to a point where you like that's the acceptance. The acceptance is it's never going to be nice. It's always going to be sad. But that's the acceptance, not accepting what actually happened, but accepting that it's not how you want it to be, and it's always going to be sad.
yeah, and accepting that right now, when I think about that, these are the emotions that I have around it.
Mm.
And maybe the acceptance that everything is fluid, nothing's fixed.